There you go, cooking fam, or sweet and sour pork. The pork looking all yummy, all coated in that nice sauce. On today's episode of the Jamaican Cooking Journey, I'll be sharing with you a sweet and sour pork recipe. But I just want to pause here to say special thanks to all the people coming on to our pages and showing love and support. Thank you so much. I also want to send a shout out to our patrons. If you would like to be a part of my Patreon family, click on the link in the description and show us some love right over on Patreon. Our post notification shout outs today, of course, they go right up there. Sweet and sour pork. So I've got here some pork, no skins, and I might just not use all, but I'll be seasoning all. So I am going to be using for my little condiments. I have frozen pineapple, I have red and white onions, I have broccoli, I have carrots. My sauce, I have ketchup, and this is a ketchup with a little I'm not sure, it's like some chopped tomatoes in it. It's a very strong ketchup. I have tomato paste, I have fish and meat sauce, and I do have some oyster sauce. That is to put my sauce together. So the very first thing I'm going to be doing is season up this pork, and I'm not going to be using a lot of stuff. This says dark soy sauce with a little ginger, of course, but it's not all that strong. So this is salty, so I'm not going to use any salt. I'm just going to use this, a little black pepper, some grated garlic, and I'm going to come back and rub up with you. I've added my little black pepper, 3 pegs of garlic. You can use garlic powder if you please, but I like fresh garlic. So this is what I'm going to be seasoning it with. It's sweet and sour pork, and I really don't want to be putting too much seasoning on it. I want to have my sweet and sour, and you know the sweet and sour gig how it go. To this, I'm going to crack 2 eggs. You can put the whole egg, or you can use the egg white. Mine are so small, so I just use the yolk and all. But you can use your egg whites only and save your egg yolks for making egg wash. So I'm just going to be rubbing it up. I'm going to be rubbing it in. But man, this is the look I want it to have. I'm going to be rubbing it in really good. And my pork pieces have been cut really thin and slender. You can see them. Some are like this, and some are like on the longer side. So, and you select pork that is, what's that thing now? You select pork that is not chewy. This is, you can see that. And I've chosen one this time. Pork this time that has no skin. So when you see me next, this will be well marinated. This can be done overnight. It will be better, no problem. But half an hour to 30 to 35, 40 minutes is good. Next clip. So I'm back with you, cooking fam. I am going to be putting on this pot with some water. I'm going to be blanching off my carrots and broccoli, and then I'm going to shake them in some cold water. I am getting some oil right here preheated. I'm going to be doing a double frying, you know, for these, because we want to get them really crispy as it's pork. Got me some flour and cornstarch here, half and half. Half flour, it's 1 cup, and I'm mixing them together. I could put a little salt. I don't think a little salt would do any harm, so I'm going to put a little salt to the mix. So I'm putting a little salt to this mix. So my oil is over there being preheated, mixing up my cornstarch and my flour together. And I'm going to take a few pieces, and I'm not going to put too much because I don't want the flour getting too clumpy. So I'm just going to put them around in there. Shake off the excess, as you know. Yeah, we're just going, and the pieces must be small, so we're putting them like that. And as soon as our oil is heated, I'll catch you back right over by my stove. Our oil is reasonably heated, and we're going to fry them off. in small batches. We're not going to fry them. We don't want the pot to be too crowded because we don't want them to get saggy. So I'm going to be frying this set, and when it is at a point, I'll come back, remove it, have another set ready. That's how we're going to do it. So you see all that bubbles. So that's it for this. We just don't want to crowd it. We just want to get it fried crispy, and we're not going to touch it until, because we are deep fat frying, so we don't have to touch it until it's like halfway fried. We move it out, and then we're going to make do another batch, and I'll show you as it goes. Our first set coming out, and we're going to give them a second fry. You see how they look? Alright, crispy, and yeah, just going to double fry them, but as we go along, we'll just do it like this. So we have, I'm going to put in another set. So remember, I told you, don't crowd your pot, fry on relatively high heat, and do not crowd your pot. You don't want them sticking on to each other. Next clip. So basically this is our last amount. I'm going to drain it properly, and we're taking out it. So what we're going to do now, turn our flame off and let this oil cool down whilst these rest a little, and then we are going to give them a second frying, which is going to give them a little more color and get them a little more crispy. Make sure that your oil, the bottom of your oil, there's no sediments in there. Show them so it's clean. Yeah. In the meantime, in between time right here, I have the my water coming to a boil, which I'm going to blanch off my a little salt, of course, in there, not a lot. Blanch off my carrots. I make them go a little first, and then after I add the broccoli, and when you see me next, you will see them will be ready. This will be fried off for the second time, ready, and these will be blanched off and in some ice water, maintaining that bright, pretty color. And then we are gonna make the sauce, make you see, and then just toss it together. And our carrots and our broccoli are in cold water. You see how them have that nice brilliant color. All right, so we're gonna turn on to our sauce. We're bringing back our oil up to par. We're gonna work on our sauce right now. So I have here my ketchup, and I have some tomato paste. Right in here I do have some a little white vinegar and some what's that other vinegar? I don't remember. I have some white vinegar and some balsamic vinegar with a little brown sugar, and I'm literally bringing the brown sugar to let it all get dissolved in there. Right here I'm going to put some fish and meat sauce. This is a Jamaican thing. If you can't get this, you use your Worcestershire. I'm putting some of this fish and meat sauce. It does really good wonders. I'm putting some oyster sauce, and you can, use your different. So many sauces you can use for your sweet and sour. But don't want to put too much of the oyster sauce. It's very strong, plus it's salty. Just a little, to the amount where you have. Putting in some red cooking wine, a little for me. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Okay. My vinegar and my sugar, I'm trying to get it. If you don't want it, you can just put some honey with your vinegar. Just put some honey. See? Alright. So we're gonna mix together now. We're looking for that red color, sweet and sour. We're gonna dissolve all our tomato paste and our everything together in here, and we want to put our ginger nearby because we can't forget the ginger. Our pineapple is here, our onions are here, and our broccoli and our carrots are in there, keeping all nice and pretty with that pretty color. We're gonna get this because our sauce must be thick. I will not be using any cornstarch because I did mix the flour with cornstarch to coat the pork pieces. So this is our sauce. We're gonna continue mix until we get all these pieces of tomato, because I told you I had the ketchup with the tomato like chunks in there. So we are trying to get it all mixed in. You see the color of the sauce already thick and nice. Let's check what is happening over here. Our oil is probably heating up back again. let's eat it a little more. We're gonna fry off these in there, and this time we're gonna do it in probably about 2 or 3 batches, because we're gonna fry really high, and as it starts taking extra brown color, we are going to remove it. Right back at you now, fam. So we have our carrots and our broccoli right there, they're ready. We have our pineapples, yeah, and we have got our onions. Now this is our final fried chicken, the second frying. The second frying is not definitely to get it extra brown, it is to give it that extra crisp. Look at this, you see this extra crisp? So when you break it, you see that, you see in there, yeah. Nice, nice, not too much seasoning. So we're gonna start now with this. Put in already, we're ready now, you know. So we're gonna put about that in here. We want it sizzling hot, and the first thing we're gonna put in are the onions. I might not use all either. I'll get the onion them, because you know we're not gonna want them too cook, too saggy. So we're gonna start round spoon. We're gonna start with our onions right there. We're gonna swirl them around until they get like, you know, a little thing crunch like going on right there on the eye. And we are doing, so we are doing everything eye, because we are almost there now. Getting our onions turning like a little translucent looking. You can see how they're looking a little different from when they went inside it there. All right, pineapples in right now, and through it I think they did have little water. So we're gonna leave it on the high to get softened, because you know the pineapple is here, you know, for the style already. So we're doing what we're doing. We're getting our pineapples in. Our broccoli and our carrots, they are the last, because they have been cooked and chopped. So we're here. We'll get that together. I will soon come. I'm gonna be spooning in a little of my sauce right now to get my onions and my pineapple all mixed in with a bit of the sauce. Yeah, you see that coming to come? Yeah, we want our pineapples, and I did grate my ginger as I told you. So we're gonna let it stay in there, not for too long. It's now time to add our chicken, but I'm not gonna add all of work. I was corrected by Cobb. So I'm gonna add it in about 3 batches, okay? Just like how we fried them. We're not gonna add too much one time, because we want it all coat up and all of that. So we're coating up. You see they're getting that nice pretty color? Yeah. Putting in a little more sauce. Putting in some more pork. I remember this time. And you see how crispy they are going in? Yeah. So each time you put in some sauce and some pork, you just there is one there that I did some years ago, but it was done a little different, and you have to make sure that your heat is on really singing up on a high temperature right now. And I think I might just move to a bigger burn. Sauce in, maybe our final amount of sauce in. Pork, all the rest of our pork. Yes, I was on not the highest of heat, because the bottom of this wok is a little thicker than I anticipated. Broccoli and carrots right in right now, and this is the mix. Turn our flame off, and if you think it's like it's too much, we have our stock water here where we can just put a little bit, not too much, just that. You see that nice sheen and glass? Yeah, this is our sweet and sour pork. We're turning it off, and in the next clip I'll have some. Look at that beauty. I'll plate up just for you. There you go, cooking fam, our sweet and sour pork. The pork looking all yummy, all coated in that nice sauce, and that crunches under there, and all them nice veggies. Do you? I opted not to use peppers this time. Next when you see me, I'll have some plate up just for you. From my kitchen to yours, from my Jamaican kitchen to your family table, to your palate, and most of all to your stomach. It is sweet and sour pork done just for you. Another way I did it, and I did garnish it with a little sesame seeds. Please do enjoy.